Welcome to my show. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to touch base here a little bit on the rainbow. Rainbow of Mother Earth. Rainbow Tribe. This is little video of my knowledge, I guess you can say. It's about reuniting people through a frequency of heaven on earth. There's a lot of manipulation out there, but we're bringing this rainbow back within. We're bringing it back to where it belongs, within and without, as above, so below. We're creating new Earth, a new Mother Earth, a new Gaia. She's returning back to heaven. A lot of people know the Buddha path and the here and now, and all of this stuff that has taken place through the beginning of learning about the rainbow. I try and keep it simple and very basic, because there's only one rainbow, and it's a battle for the rainbow. It's in your scriptures. It's in the fairy tale that is deep in your soul, deep in your memory. You know of this place. It's in your childhood. It's in your symbolism. It's in the heart center of the love. It's doing joyful things. It's being your true being, because there's nothing less than love. This reality and the invisible frequencies that have come into the mind, that have come into the chakras, that have come into your inner rainbow, have distorted the frequency of everybody's rainbow. If Mother Earth's rainbow, if Gaia's rainbow was manipulated, that means your rainbow was manipulated. So you have to put it into your mind of what you're understanding, what you're trying to learn. See, there's things that come from the invisible. See, people, they know of chakras. They know of the rainbow within. They know of the Buddha stuff. But see, this was all taught to you. You learned it somewhere. Someone told you. We have to learn what has been forgotten. it's not just that, we hear of things and we think we automatically know of it. There's many levels, many timelines, many colors, many frequencies, many symbols, many numbers, many elements that all have to do with creating a new rainbow. And that's part of where people have forgotten everything. People have forgotten, what it takes to create. Because you have to go back to the drawing board to create a new earth, to create a new being. So this goes with Mother Earth, and this goes with you. We've been born into a reality with no identity, no true being of where we came from, no true being of who we can be on Mother Earth. Because the culture of the people, the way of life, has been taken away. So in this timeline with a faded rainbow, we must find our tribe. We must find the root to the rainbow. There's many people out there who, I could call it running on the faded rainbow. Then there are a lot of people out there who offer spiritual paths, but in true reality lead people down a road without the rainbow, without their golden rod, their yellow brick road. Because to gain the knowledge, or to go down the tree of knowledge, to get back into the tree of life, is the road that must be traveled. That's going through humanity's darkness as a whole, and going through our own darkness. The reflection within and without. The darkness within the people reflects the darkness outside. There is another path playing out besides what you see outside of you. This is ascension. This is returning Mother Earth back to her beauty. So at this time, we have old Earth and we have new Earth. People talk on it, but can it really be accessed? Because from my experiences through this life and other timelines, the English language has been corrupted. People speak and talk on the past. They talk on history and ancient history. But nobody has the frequency of it. Nobody's able to understand how their own darkness on the heart reflects to what took place in history. We've gone through the timelines of ancient history. We've gone through those old frequencies of hell. and battle them and stop them from being able to move forward. Humans aren't able to understand this. We've gone around the universe to each planet and removed what needed to be removed so we could regenerate and rebuild the rainbow dragon, the rainbow serpent, the rainbow train. Because we are all part of it. But see, there's the human mind that is corrupted and is on a lower frequency. People can see the chakras, like say they see pictures of chakras, pictures of rainbows, they see all this rainbow stuff. But you see what is going on outside, and then you reflect that of what is going on inside. There's the sacred waters. The sacred waters that have returned are all within and without and around the planets and around the chakras, aligning all the planets. Because you have this Kundalini, you have the Kundalinis, you have the symbolism of Mercury, you have the symbolism of the Caduceus and all of this stuff. But the reflection of the Caduceus to the planets and the chakras and all this, it just comes down into pictures. It comes down into drawings and what you see on Pinterest. You know, it's been around for a long time, but in these past generations, you know, since the 70s, of learning about the rainbow, you know, we would just get a little bit more information as time goes on to be able to connect some dots of what this Buddha is, what this rainbow is, what it was in history, what it is in scriptures. But it really, you know, you got to go back into the forest. You know, where does the rainbow belong? Where did it come from? You know, how are rainbows created? And that's the going back to the roots of things, back to the symbolism of the white animals, the symbolism of the white lotus, and understanding that this is all within, but how you present it outside of you is something different. Because if you go back into the Buddha sense, then you have these mandalas and how people draw and people paint and people color, creating medicine wheels, creating dream catchers, things with wheels, things with circles, a circle of protection. Because the rainbow is round, you know, so there's a lot of stuff to understanding the ascension. Because of all this stuff, all of the stuff that comes along with creating a new earth had to be taken back. That is the same as you taking back your power. Mother Earth, Gaia, took back her power. She took back her symbolism. She took back her elements. She took back her water. She cleansed her water. What is taking place is bigger than what anybody could imagine, because what's in your mind is so small. It has no, your body, your heart, your chakras have no memory. Your sacred waters have no memory. People talk on past lives. They talk on ancient history. They say they come from certain planets, but they don't have the true memory, feeling of these timelines. There may be glimpses of stuff, but between you and your travels interdimensionally to your home planet, to other realms, there's a lot of interference between you and the unicorns and the dragons, between you and heaven. Heaven is here. Heaven has always been here. But it comes down to the distance of how far one must travel to get there. How far one must travel in their heart through the darkness, through your own shadows, of coming out on the other side and knowing that all of this shit has been removed. All of this shit on your heart has gone away. There's memory to situations that don't need the frequency. It's cutting off the frequency from the memory. And when there's no frequency, there's no energy, there's no memory, and things are forgotten. Because in true reality, this is a nightmare. This reality is our nightmare. This is where the suffering happens. This is where horrible things happen. So when people talk about falling out of the tree, being taken away from heaven, losing their identity, it's all part of it. But it can't be comprehended in the mind, because, or in the spirit, in the mind, in the soul, because the waters are polluted. Your sacred waters of memory that connect you back to the Mayan times, that connect you back to the Nordic times, have been polluted. The invisible frequencies, the thoughts, the invisible frequencies that don't belong to you, that energy that comes forth of something of history that doesn't exist anymore. Because where we are going is back into the future. And when you wrap yourself with the invisible waters, the iron shield, and you're able to keep your vibration up and stay out of this reality, things become more enlightening. But it comes down to understanding where we are going spiritually. And that's the part of not sure of what the future holds. Because when Babylon fell, people were speaking different languages. It didn't mean they were different languages. It just meant that people weren't able to understand one another, even if they are speaking the same language. Because this information here may be new to you, and it may be confusing, because some people have not been able to break out of the matrix, out of the TV. The TV is the false rainbow, false colors. There's another TV. There's another movie playing out, another timeline. Back into heaven on earth. It's a story. It's a fairy tale. Because that's where they want to take you. They want to keep you in the movie, their movie, within your mind, within the negative frequencies of confusion. But once we're able to break out of the confusion and truly go within and understand that we are nothing but love, and that the invisible thoughts don't have to be. They don't have to be. If you have negative, invisible thoughts of yourself or of situations, that everything is bad, that's part of what has taken place today. Because we've been taken away from the rainbow. We've been taken away from the peace and love. But what is happening today is the return of these frequencies. It's the return of the beautiful Gaia, Mother Earth, and returning the people back into the tree of life. It all seems like it's a distant place. It all seems like a distant place. The tree of life, creation, heaven on earth. It's kind of like, where is it? Where's Lemuria? Where's, this place that we are traveling to? It's not out of time, because there's this here and now. There's the symbolism within the medicine wheel, within the sun cross, within the circle. And when you come back into the center of the rainbow, you come back into your temple. You come back into the symbolism of the universe and your Merkaba. you understand. But there's all of these planets, there's all of the elements, there's all of the symbolism, there's all this ancient history, and we are in the mix of all of the energy of ancient history. It hasn't gone away. It's just that people aren't able to understand it. They're not able to understand what is here and what is now. Because there's the ancient manipulated timelines out of the tree. Then there are the timelines that are in the tree, which you were taken out of. So you have timelines like India and the Nordic times and Asia. But if you look at the Nordic times and you look at what it once was, before Egypt, before biblical times, because this is what it was. It's in your imagination. All of these timelines are in the imagination, but it's choosing which one we are going to, we are returning back to. Because they want to take us back to where they came through. They want to take us back to their timeline and, to continue their sacrificing and their worshiping of their God, their fallen idol. And they want you to worship their fallen idol because you don't have anything else. You don't have the knowledge and the wisdom of how to reach Creator, the one who has created Mother Earth and her beauty. Some may see it, but they're not able to access it. Because a lot of people go back into the darkness once they see a little bit of beauty. Because they've been manipulated. And there's only so much room to travel spiritually between realms. Between the fallen realm and getting back into heaven. Because if you're born in hell, if you've been born into this reality, and it's all that you know, and there's nobody here with any spiritual teachings on how to get out, you will always be stuck. You will be stuck doing the loop-de-loop on the false rainbow. Because there's information. There's trees, there's knowledge, there's wisdom. So how high can one mind travel? How much information, knowledge can one person obtain? Because the mind is infinity. The mind is the universe, the universal mind of creation. But we constantly look outside of ourselves for truth, for something that can take us away from this reality that we don't like. Some sort of entertainment, sports, movies, dinner, clubs, whatever it be, it's all outside of us to fulfill our short needs of entertainment, because it's all that we know. So if you're able to separate from this reality, because this is ascension, and this is us going back to the way that it should be with Mother Earth, and the way that the original tribes were. People can't see because they can't feel. You have to be able to feel first to see the new reality, to see new dimensions, to see the future. Because creation is giving people the opportunity to understand and to gain their power back through looking. One must look at this reality, because this is the Buddha walk. This is the Buddha walk. One must be able to pick up others who have fallen and who are confused because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what dimension they are in. They've been manipulated by the fallen one, by the one who came to corrupt Mother Earth, corrupt Eve, corrupt Gaia, corrupt the Divine Feminine, corrupt Divine Mother. So this here is about taking all the symbols back, all the numerology, all the energy, everything, the alchemy, and giving it back to the feminine. Because everything you see as in Masons and the symbolism that they have, it's all about building the Divine Feminine Temple. It's about building your Merkaba. It's about your rainbow. It's about your chakras. It's all about, it's the Kabbalah, everything that you know of history, any sort of spiritual teachings, universal teachings on different timelines. They're all the same. They're just different languages. And so we come back to this oneness, into our heart center, back to the place of the fairies, unicorns, and dragons, and nymphs and mermaids, and the sacred waters, everything that was taken away from you before they came into the forest. Because the forest is the symbolism of Mother Earth and what they have done today, and created these cities and have destroyed nature and destroyed the way of life of the people of yesterday and the people of today. And so all of this fairy tale stuff is not outside of you. It's all within you. And who had the power of the temples was the feminine, or the feminine goddesses of the north, the witches, the white witches of the north, the one standing there in the forest with the unicorn, because she is the dragon, she's the mermaid, she's the nymph, she's the one that comes out of the water with the unicorn, the rainbow, the Ouroboros, the lion. So we're returning the power back to the feminine, because they are the creation cycle in every aspect. And the feelings are of the forest. The feelings are of no other timeline. They are not of the fall anymore. They are not of history. They are not of the past. They are not of your trauma. The feelings and the negativity don't need to be felt anymore. We move forward in our heart center beyond this darkness into the emerald ray, into the healing emerald ray. Because beyond that is the ultraviolet ray behind your heart chakra, behind your green heart chakra. So we have to take our mind, bring it back down to our heart, and feel love, root, connect to Mother Earth, connect to Father Sky, and return our rainbow, return our rainbow lotus, have it penetrate through our third eye. Because when everything comes together within, the masculine, the feminine, the kundalinis, the sun and the moon, the fire and the water, all the symbolism, the 33, the 8, 22, the 4, the 69, the mercury, the salt, the sulfur. When the frequencies hit the new colors, the new digitally remastered colors, we start vibing. We're up there because we're vibing high in a new rainbow, that has come out of Mother Earth. Just like this. But this is in another timeline. You can't see this new rainbow if you're on the lower frequency. People know of crystal pyramids in the Gulf of Mexico. People know of the ones in the Great Lakes. People know of the Ark in St. Louis. People know of Arkansas. Ark. Some people know of the Arcturians. Some people know of the diamond mines in Arkansas. See how this works? The Ark is a rainbow. It's an Ankh because the rainbow is round and there's a porthole that one must travel through to get into heaven. One must travel through the lion's mouth, into the serpent, into the rainbow, into Mother Earth, into the center of the earth, into Shambhala, into India. Because India, Shambhala, is not over there. It's not in South Asia. Buddha's not over there. This is American. This is the land of the Turtle Clan, Turtle Island. We are the clan. When you think of yourself as tribal, when you think of yourself as an original tribe member, you become that. Doesn't matter what your skin tone is. There's only one tribe, and it's the Rainbow Tribe. And there's nothing that can change that. We come from all walks of life, from many, many backgrounds, with one thing in common. One thing that we all want. And that's peace on earth. Peace on earth. Peace and love. With no influence of any more darkness on Mother Earth. We want it all to be taken away. We want this hell to be gone so we can return to being free like it once was before this invasion. So go within, find the roots of your being, find the roots of your tree. And if you need help, you can reach out. It's a difficult road to walk, to find your true being. Many traumas have taken you away from your love. Do the Buddha walk. It's the only way. Have a good day.